Can we Arsenal or we keep the CLV around for next turn? And I mean, we're at 28. I guess the problem with us keeping the CLV around is if we get put into one of those spots where we don't draw blue, we're in a really awkward position if Zach has like an Arctic Incarceration to end the turn with. Also, Zach said no blocks the entire turn, which makes me a little skeptical. I think we're just going to let the CLV go, and we're just going to plan on arsenaling here. I think this protects us from Codex and sets us up in a good way for next turn. So we will activate Aurora and just pass here. If you guys disagree with this play, let me know. Let me know in the chat. I'm actually curious to know what everyone thinks about this play. Making the embodiment over the grass, over using grass, was obviously a good decision. That worked out better. Oh no, Sam over here with the D's nuts jokes. Dude, I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. Stream reset on YouTube? Wait, what do you mean? No, what just happened? Did the stream just end? Shit. Zach, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Did you move into a haunted house?
Dude, the fuck is going on? Oh, so I'm back live. I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch right now. Damn it. That's so frustrating, dude. Yeah, it still says I'm live.
On YouTube? You want me to pull it up on my phone?
I mean, I'm getting ready to look in my channel and see if there's a problem or what's going on. Some bitties, you say. Damn it.
I'm viewing it. It's live. You can hear it.
Okay, so it looks like it's back up and running. Yo, can anybody confirm that's on YouTube that we're back? Okay, Eric said we're back. You're live. Just old one is gone, so all viewers are gone. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so I'm back up and I'm running. Dude, that was really weird. I told you Restream was acting weird as shit today, dude. I did not know what was going on with that. All right, well, I'm glad that we're back up. Trent, thank you for the bit, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the obligatory bit for the stream. Means a lot. But, dude, that is so weird. Yeah, and like yeah, so like it literally just started a new stream for me. Yeah.
Weird.
And it's really weird that like it started a new one without me having to go in and create one.
That's the weird part, is that it like renamed the stream and everything.
Yeah, dude, what the hell? Okay, that was 30 kind of weirds. Sorry about that.
So do you think it's because you have some settings set and the time changed and it's like 8:05 right now and it's usually at 7, or or is it the other way around?
I really hope not. I mean, because it would be 9 right now, right? Because we fell back. So it wouldn't be 7, right? It would be the other way around.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, maybe I did lose internet for a few seconds. I really don't know what happened. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad we're back. Guys, thanks for kind of like bouncing through the differences there. I appreciate you guys jumping over to the new stream. I'll probably just upload the thumbnail to this stream as well next time. That was mad weird. That was mad weird. But thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it, guys. Since we have the Frostbite... Wait, what do we have in Arsenal? I think we're going to be forced into... let's see. What can we do here? I think we're currently forced into getting rid of the Entwined Lightning, I think is what we're doing right now. Pitching a red does leave us open to Zach playing a yellow winner's bite here. But either way. Yeah, that was super weird. I've never had the stream end and then it automatically start a new one. That was the first time for that ever happening. That was definitely on the list of weird things that have happened. Also, Lillian, I meant to ask, isn't it like super late there? Aren't you in the UK? I was like, isn't it like super late there? If so, I appreciate you being here and hanging out. All right. So, infecting shot for 5. This is not Icequake. This is Polar Blast, which is not nearly as bad. So, yeah, Stream Elements reminding me that we're live. Thank God. Yeah, when the stream crashed, I was immediately like, "Oh God, Zach, are you still there?" Because I was like, "Jesus," I was like, something bad happened. Yeah, that was dude. I don't know. Anyway, we're here. We're live. That's what matters right now. All right, Pathing Helix does give Zach the reload. I technically could stop this, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I think we're up enough. We're just supposed to let it happen. All Americans stay safe tonight. Hopefully it doesn't go to shit. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath, but I appreciate you hanging out tonight, Annabelle. Hope you have a good night. All right, so we take 4, fall down to 19. What deck is Carly playing in the Battle Harden? Bro, you get Carly to play in the Battle Harden, and like I will be super shocked, fam. I think there will be trouble no matter who wins the election. I completely agree. That is generally how it goes. Like, well, it's generally how it goes since the last election. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens. I kind of miss the days when, people were like, I don't want to talk bad about my opponent. I respect my opponent. I just disagree with their policy decisions. So I have to pitch first, and then it's draw card because we have go again. Yeah, I miss the days when it was like that. I really, really do. Get her to run side events. I mean, listen, if I could ever talk Carly into playing, it would be learning the game at home with me at first, I think. Because although Carly and I naturally communicate in very different ways, we have learned to bridge that gap over time and understanding. So I think she would like want to learn at home first. But yeah, we like maybe one day, you know what? Maybe at London we get Carly to play a side event. I don't know if she's listening or not right now. She probably has no idea what I'm signing her up for, and she's probably cussing at me as we speak. But maybe we get. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
The one good promo. She just has to play for the first round. You play your sealed event, and you just get the $100 promo, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and the funny part is, like, I think she'd love it. I think she'd love the game if she'd play it. Like, I honestly, if Carly would dedicate the time, Carly would be better at cards than I am. She's way better at like mental math and like thinking on the spot than I am. I'm just much better at talking on the spot because I'm a con man. I was just telling my wife how I miss when your vote was your business and nobody else knew what your political views were. I mean, yeah, like there's a reason I don't really talk about politics on the channel. Like, one, like, I'm here to play cards. Like, that is like goal number 1. I am here to play cards and hang out with you guys and have a good time. And like, who you voted for is none of my business. Yo, let's go. Not fab related, but an idea for D&D side quest for a game I'm running on Saturday. Yo, Trent, let's go. Thank you for the $50 dono, brother. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That means a whole lot, buddy. Trent needs an idea for a D&D quest he's running on Saturday. That's a good question. How many people are in the game, Trent, and how close are you with them? I need to know how weird this can get. I'll play Fortnite. She can fab side events. I think a good way to teach a new player is to give them a blitz deck and play a game or two and let them see sealed at a pre-release. That's probably one of the best ways that you can like actually like learn the game. Is through something like that. It's probably one of the best ways you can learn the game, right? Okay, so before I hit yes real quick, Yeah, we saw the Winter's Bite and the Polar's Blast. And that was really the only pieces of disruption we saw that game.
I either need one more turn of you not having the big Channel Lightning Valley, or I need more disruption quicker. One of the two.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So I think we have to apply pressure to Zach on turn 0. Just because we need him to not be loading. It's 4 people and you're very close with them. What's the general alignment of these D&D characters? Brad also is asking really good questions. Like, what are we talking about? Like, when we're talking about these people, like 3 to 4 were groomsmen at my wedding. Oh, so you're really close with these people. Okay, so Trent's really got the goss here. Trent's really got it going on. All right, so 3 to 4, like, so you're really close with these people. Yeah, what are the characters? Let's talk about like what these characters were, because I think that's an important story as well. All lightning goes to the bottom. Ooh. This is an extremely weird hand. This is a very weird hand. So a fun side quest. Fun side quest. So this is where I would be really bad at D&D, because I'm not good at like the like imagination side of these things. I think we're just gonna let this hit, to be honest. They haven't made them yet. That's another part of the session on Saturday, trying to come up with a list of side quests they could do to start their general campaign. Leave it up to them to do what they want to follow. Okay, so... Well, Zach really just threw us for a loop right there. But nevertheless, we will make do with what we have. Okay. So... I think a fun side quest, and like also is like character development, is like going through like 2 to 3 small obstacles to find something that tells you a piece about your character, and you're giving them an option when they get there. So I know that this is like a very like not detailed or like thorough viewpoint that I'm giving you here for like what we could be doing, but if you're giving them like a quest that doesn't take very long, and it's a side quest where there's like 2 obstacles they have to jump through, and then when they get to the end of it, they get a choice between one of 2 things, and that really adds to what kind of character they want to be. Now take this with what it's worth, because I don't know a lot about D&D. I've actually never played D&D. It's the one thing that Carly and I would really like to do that we've never like found a group of people to do it with. And by that, I mean, we haven't really searched that aggressively. So like, you know, take that for what it's worth. So I can pitch Lightning Surge to activate Starfall. Yeah, I like this play. I think we're just going to try and keep the Channel Lightning Valley around for another turn. We're not going to Arsenal the Sink Below, although it could kind of come back to bite us. And then the Arc Lightning... Are we supposed to name Go Again or draw a card here? I think it's just supposed to be 7, to be honest, because it's worth more points that way. So we're just going to come in for 7 here to try and push a lot of damage this turn. And really try to put Zach on the back foot. We're going to pitch the other CLV to be able to keep our other CLV around for next turn. And really just try to not lose as much value as we can. Because the inertia was kind of weird. And also, like, low-key, I kind of forgot about it halfway through the turn. So... I can work with that. Turns out Drew is very into D&D. You know, honestly, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Drew seems like he would be a really cool dungeon master, to be honest. Like after having talked to Drew and like gotten to know him a little bit, I could see Drew being like a really cool DM, to be honest. I could see that being like Drew's thing. Drew's honestly just a really fun person to hang out with. Like, there's a lot of people that like I've met through cards that like are a little different in person, and like Drew is exactly the same, like all the time. Like, you guys should just listen to Drew say the phrase "holy moly" because it's actually crazy. Dak, can you say something just to make sure my headphones are still working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Test.
Perfect. I think we're just supposed to somersault this. We are not going to give Zach his Frostlock back.
You sure? It'd be cooler if you did.
Yeah, I believe you think that. There was a weird world where we could pitch Ball Lightning to Starfall and then activate Aurora with the other card in our hand and keep this around for a third turn, but I don't think that's the play we want to make. That's what he does mostly in the game. Oh, that he's a DM. That's cool.
I really don't want to give you a card, but I don't want this to go on either.
Oh, man. Lord, big yawns. Big yawns. I like because this also triggers the Channel Lightning Valley. And then if we had drawn like a blue lightning card, I would have pitched to the CLV from grass. But since we didn't, we're just going to play it out this way. This hand looks promising. Hey, Brad, are you still hanging out? You still here, Brad? I wanted to ask you. I meant to ask you something. Oh, yeah. Well, 7 is... we'll just take 7 here. Snaps, we go to 26, or I'm sorry, 27, and Zach makes a Ponder token. All right, Brad is still here. Brad, you know a lot of locals that are playing in... You know a lot of locals that are playing in the Battle Hardened? Like, I'm honestly just curious. I don't really know what the meta is looking like, and if I didn't know if you'd be willing to, like, offer any tips or not. And if it's your friends and stuff and you don't want to, like, give out that info, I completely understand, dude. Completely understand. Mostly just my own curiosity. The Codex, yeah, it's a pretty good turn for Zach all the way around. It's not too shabby to get a Searing Shot. I mean, let's crack to see if we want to stop this or not. I think the answer is no, right? We just want to take 5 here. Fall down to 17. And then we just have like a super powerful hand here to play with because we get to lead with Snatch. And we still have 4 cards in hand after that, which is like kind of crazy, to be honest, when you stop and think about it. Zach does give Tunic there. No Lightning Press, unfortunately. It's going to be Ravenous Rabble from Arsenal. So it's going to be 3 go again. When Zach says no blocks, we're going to play the CLV. It's going to be 1 go again. And then it's going to be Rabble for 4, revealing a Ball Lightning off the top. And then it's going to be Snatch for 4 go again. Or I guess it's 4 not go again, but I personally am about an hour north of Columbus, but what I can tell you with absolute certainty is that I also know a lot of the Columbus peeps, and they love their Illusionist. They love their Illusionist. All right. I mean, it sounds like some real LL stuff that people love Illusionist. Like, They haven't been able to play it in a long time, so they want to. Makes sense. That makes sense. Yo, Electrum, what's up, bro? How are you, buddy? All right, so we put Zach down to 8 here, and we're able to arsenal the Ball Lightning and just really set up for next turn. And honestly, this hand is just like dummy stupid. This hand's absurd. Okay. Well, this hand's a lot less dummy stupid now. Jesus. It's for 13 and 1 Frostbite? Right, Zach?
Yeah, and a Blood Rot. And the battering hold effect.
Okay, and I can't press this, which is crazy.
That's also true.
Well, it seems like we're just going to take 9. I mean, I could put the Entwine Lightning in front of this and then press it, and then that way I don't lose any life, but I would have more value for being able to keep my hand.
I don't think you can even do that, can you? Because you can't. Can you press it if it's defending?
Yeah, it just says target attack action card gets +3, because you can press to pop things.
True.
Yep, and we discard the press, fall down to 5, and then it's going to be Ball Lightning paying for the Frostbite. So this is 3 on hit, it deals an extra damage, and we draw a card, which is very powerful here. I would expect lots of Prisms and Icelander for most of the Columbus players. That's good to know. It's kind of interesting to also hear you say that, considering that like Icelander's just really not in a good spot in LL. But either way, people like what they like, right? I'm doing well, Electrum. I'm doing well, man. Thank you. I am. We're practicing for the Battle Hardened coming up in Columbus, just trying to get ready. Living Legend isn't something that there's a lot of data on, or even something that I've got a lot of practice against. So really trying to piece that together and see what we can figure out. Zach giving up his New Horizon there makes sense. Looks like Zach's willing to take 5 and give us an extra card. This takes a card out of his hand. Yo, Zach would actually die if he blocked this way because of the double Ball Lightning. Which is crazy. Crazy to think that a 0 for 3 could actually win the game like that, just from taking 1. That is like wild to consider. Okay. And then we're going to activate Grasp and then throw Starfall, because this technically forces 1 more card out of Zach's hand. So like we're forcing him to like have a codex here that he wants to throw at us if he wants to get a card out of our hand. And if not, we're just in a very good position. Winter's Bite also gets a card out of our hand. But I think this is okay because we're just going to pay this way. And then we still have a pretty solid turn. Oh, Zach actually doesn't have Arcane Barrier. So we just win through the arcane damage this way. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, so like just being able to play that way and then keeping the card to be able to deal a lot of damage was super solid there. Let's see, we dealt 17 on turn 4 and Zach dealt 16 on turn 3. So like those middle turns were really just like a slog back and forth of what we were looking to do there. So let's see. Let's try it again. I mean, I'm curious to know if like that first game that you like. So far my evaluation, and Zach, you tell me what you think is wrong about this, but so far my evaluation of this matchup has been that if you draw an Arctic and I have a blue, it's fine. But if you hit an Arctic at the right time, I could just get like wrecked.
Yeah, it feels like the Arctics are very, very, very important in the matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
By far the most important card, it seems like. I think a lot of it depends on like that first turn where I'm double arsenaling and like dedicated to using my snaps, the hand I draw, whether I can like really get good value out of it, and you not doing this first turn.
I was like, I've also played CLV on the first turn. Did you mean to pass, by the way?
Did I? I didn't pass. What?
all the way
Is it
through?
mine?
Yeah, it's your turn. That's why I was confused.
Oh yeah, I should have. I got priority. Hold on, let's go back.
No, you're fine. So I would pitch here to do this, and then I would pass. Why is it not letting you do anything? It's already giving me the chance to like pay for Ball Lightning here, and then Arsenal. So let me undo here.
I've got it to always hold now.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Are you definitely committing to playing Aurora? So I'm going to be honest, Electrum, I'm not 100% sure what I want to play yet. Aurora is at the top of the list right now, especially after someone top 8'd the Battle Harden in Osaka. Playing Aurora, it is at the top of my list of things I want to be playing, but nothing is set in stone just yet. I'm kind of still on the fence about that. Zin's another deck that we are considering. And I mean, I guess if worst really comes to worst, I could consider playing Count Your Blessings Oldhim if I had to. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say 60 to 65% of the Columbus locals would choose one of the prisms for the Battle Harden. Wow, that's actually insane. That's like a crazy high number, dude. That is a crazy higher number than I thought it would be. And this is anything that's not an action card?
Yeah.
Well, that is an absolute blowout. We're going to sink this, and we're going to put our instant on the bottom. I mean, we're better off to just play this. We don't lose a life this way. So we go to 38. Zach gets to see our hand. And then Zach has a decent chance of just being able to stop the damage next turn. Actually, I take that back with all the breakpoints we have. I don't think that's true. But yeah, the Rain Razors was very unfortunate there. The ironic part is I almost blocked with Carapace and Grasp just to be able to stop that from happening, but I decided not to. So, I don't know. There was a Count Your Blessings Oldhim list that came in second. Yeah. I did see that. I really want to play Oldhim, but I really don't want to play Count Your Blessings. Count Your Blessings is a card I'm not a fan of, to be honest. I do not like the play patterns that it offers and everything like that. I don't like the card in general. I think it offers a very negative state on the game as a whole. If I'm just being completely honest, it's where I live at with that card.
Dude, you could just slowly, in the finals, you could just slowly see the Aurora player, like, fading.
Yeah, for sure.
Of, like, they were not going to be able to win.
Yeah, I mean, she took a very different approach than Rob Catton did in the top 8. And, like, I don't think it was a bad strategy. In her interview, she even made the comment that she said that she was like, yeah, I had to race. I had no choice. She was like, I knew that I was not equipped to play the long game and I had to race. And I was like, you know what? Like, hats to you for seeing that and understanding that. I was like, that is, like, it's good to be able to recognize that.
It was a great game.
Yeah, Rob Catton almost won. Again, I share me and my real homies Hank Count Your Blessings. Oh, Trent, your hate for Count Your Blessings is, like, honestly kind of crazy, bro. Like, your hate for Count Your Blessings is, like, wildly interesting. This is for 5. I'm not going to bottom anything, because honestly, our hand's really good. We just need to be able to stop the Frostbite nonsense. It does not look like we're going to be able to do. So I think... I mean, it just depends on what we draw, right? Because if we draw blue, we're just like, we're in there like swimwear. I'm going to take 5. We're going to live on the edge a little bit this turn. We're going to take one more Frostbite and... Ooh, this was a horrible mistake. No, actually, this is fine. This is okay. The balance is going to cost us here. But I think that's okay. We're going to take a Frostbite. We're going to take this. We're going to crack this. And then we're going to pitch the Arc Lightning. We probably were just going to use it as resources anyway. So I think this is the better play we have available to us. But... And then our hand just ends up being, what, 4, 8, 12, 14. It's a 4-card, 14-point hand's not bad. I mean, Acilio with Tomes is actually insane 4 cards. I agree. But I'm just, like, I'm not really... I wouldn't call myself an Acilio player, so I'm not, like, leaning into that avenue or anything, really, if I'm being honest. I'm leaning into the decks that I'm more comfortable with and the things that I feel like I can get the job done with. And that is Aurora or Zen. Oldhim if it has to be. I really don't want to play Count Your Blessings Oldhim, but I will if I have to. If I feel like I have to win. Although I have to say, Brad just told me a few minutes ago that he thinks that most of the field, like most of the locals from Columbus are going to be playing Count Your Blessings, and that just does not sound like a good time to me. Playing Prism, and so playing Oldhim into that just sounds terrible.
Just play Viscerai, man.
I could play Viscerai. The other thing that I'd actually considered was playing Starvo. I don't hate Starvo, to be honest. Like, Starvo is like a fun deck, in my opinion.
Prism, though.
I mean, no, that's why you're forced to play like a lot of the...
Hey, Briar's really good, dude. Honestly.
Nathaniel was playing that into me last night a little bit, and like it definitely seems good. Like it actually seems pretty solid. Hey, Holden, what's up, dude? Starvo, are you going to Columbus? Holden, I assume it's close enough for you to know where that you're going. I assume. I don't particularly think it's good, but I have some temptation to play Fi just for the fun of it. I mean, if you're going to play Fi, in my opinion, you should definitely just be playing... you should 100% just be playing Zen, but I'm here for it, man. Playing Fi is fun. Like, Fi's a lot of fun, and with Stubbies, you can do some really dumb stuff here. Oh, God, I don't want to give you... Oh, no, you're going to give me more Frostbites? This was a bad turn for us, but the... No, just name Go again to scare me. We're going to see what we can do. So Starfall comes in for 1. We have 3 cards, and we had to play around the Frostbite, so this is a little weird, but we're going to see if we can make something happen. I have a free place to stay, but I'm going back 2 weeks after for Thanksgiving, so it's just a lot of gas and miles. I mean, yeah, it's a long trip, man. It's a long trip. I could play Starvo with my fancy new time skippers. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That would be fun to play with a gold foil time skippers, to be honest. I would enjoy that. I don't even know if Starvo still plays time skippers. Like, you're just playing Blinks now, right? You don't even need it. I assume you're just playing Blinks. With no blocks here, we are just going to snap. It's worth 2 cards here every single time. And then it's going to be Fuse. Actually, I lied. That's incorrect, right? We're just supposed to pitch to Bloodrot, stay at 15, and then Arsenal this, and try to go ham next turn. Yeah, I think that's the better play. I think that's the better play here. Oh, yeah, you can play Lightning Greaves. Lightning Greaves is just insane. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. You can just play Lightning Greaves. Man, if I'd have opened a Lightning Greaves out of that, you know, common, rare, or majestic gold foil, I would have died. I don't think there's been a gold foil Lightning Greaves yet, dude. Could you imagine if they just like made a mistake and misprinted that? I would. That'd be a cool video to watch. To like watch somebody open something that's just like actively not in the, like, that's not been printed yet. Like a gold foil that's not been made yet. Also, that page, that gold foil degen page, has some really cool videos. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but they posted a video from Osaka where they opened like some of the gym packs. They opened quite a few things, and it was really cool to see and watch, to be honest. It was a fun video. I enjoy watching those videos. God, the fact that you get to play Lightning Greaves in Starvo as Arcane Barrier is insane. I guess you're probably playing like Blue Somersaults now too, right? Somebody sent me Lucas Oswald's list the other night, and it looked really cool. His list looked really cool. Oh, this is 11. Never mind. My position on blocking this looks a lot different now. So this is worth a Frostbite, a Pox, and a Inertia. I mean, boys, I think we got to go to 4. And if we die to double Rain Razors, we die to double Rain Razors. Actually, we can't. The 3 of a kind. Did you see the Min-Max Games Dustblade video? I did not. I have not seen it. Is it good? Is it a cool video? I have not seen it yet. Did you like his list, Holden? Did you think it was a good list, to be honest? So I can't do this, can I? So I already have a Pox token. This is a weird turn. This has been the game that like Zach has made me feel the most awkward about my hand. Zach not having AB makes me feel better about this decision, but it also depends on what we draw. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Like, we have Go again, so we don't even need the fuse there. But still, we have to be able to get at least 2 cards out of Zach's hand to have a chance, and I don't think we can here, to be honest. Wasn't Gym Packs, I don't think. Pretty sure it was it was the 5th anniversary packs. You're right. I'm sorry. You're correct. It was the 5th anniversary packs. It was. I was not thinking at all right there. And it's 4 versus 3, so it's just better to throw the Shockwave here. Plus, if I throw the 3, Zach can just give me Tunic and go to 1, which does leave him open to burn up and shock, but I think going to 1 would be fine for Zach here. So he doesn't know. It's just them laying out hundreds of copies of Dustblade 1 by 1 for 20 minutes. I mean, still, listen, you say that like I wouldn't watch a video of like 100 Duskblades being laid out, because I know the guy that owns Min-Max, he's all about Duskblade. I know he's all about Duskblade, like he always has been. The Guardian, yeah, you're talking about the new Valda Bright Axe or something like that, I think is what it's called, if I remember correctly. I think that's what it was called, but I can't remember. Oh, it's a good thing you didn't go to 1. We'd have got Zach if he'd have went to 1 right there. Him giving me the Tunic was actually such a good decision.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, he probably just draws it if I don't.
Oh, I haven't seen 1 all game. Like, so, I mean, I actually think it was the correct play. And I got to tell you, it lined up really well for you there. Because you go to 1, and I would have killed you right there. Doesn't block very well at all, so if you don't Yahtzee, it can be very scary. So I'm kind of surprised to hear that Lucas Oswald was playing a Yahtzee version of Starvo, because it doesn't really seem like that's where you want to be leaning anymore. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like that's the way you want to be playing the game anymore. Like, you don't just want to be like, here you go. I drew it. Shocking. Blowout. But I don't know. All right, boys. We're going to attempt to draw a second Burn Up and Shock this turn. That is now our winning game plan. Oh, man. That is currently the game plan. We're just going to Arsenal this. Oh, my God. We did it.
Never did that.
We drew all 3.
No.
What a cheap way to win a game, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like winning a game that way, like that mattered, I would be so happy about. But it does not feel good to win a testing game this way because it doesn't feel like that's what would act like. It doesn't feel like it's a realistic result.
The only problem with your play is you should have played the Channel Lightning Valley for disrespect and also drawn a card.
Oh, dude, I love it. Zach's here for all of it. I love it. Zach's just here for all of it. All right, do you got time for one more? Or do you need to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's try this one more time with you going second. I think. Oh, this hand's weird. I mean, it's weird, but are we just arsenaling the somersault here? No, right? We're arsenaling the burn up and shock. I want to keep this because we can block with it so well with the somersault. I think we're just going to arsenal the burn up and shock. Yeah, so when we pass, Zach gets to have priority where he gets to do this. Now the question is, do we want to push damage? We can actually push quite a bit of damage here, right? He gets to block the arcane, which is fine. When are you getting to Columbus? I'm going to be getting there right before the Super Armory starts. I love to play at the Super Armory. It is one of my favorite things to do. It is like one of my favorite Friday traditions is to like get in about an hour before the Super Armory starts. Yo, Zach just taking this damage, huh? That is.
I have a pretty good to go second with if I can arsenal this other card.
I was like, dude, that is fucking terrifying. But since you're doing that, I'm just going to throw this at you.
I feel like you have to. Once I give you the like green light, you just go.
So I knew that with a breakpoint, I could get there no matter what after you load. But like, yeah, you doing that, I'm just like, yeah, sure. I'll just take a 10-point life lead to start the game. But I mean, 10-point life lead, like in quotes, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have armor ranger just gets spat on.
Dude, set and set again. You all refuse to get equipment that blocks.
They just hate us.
Dude, Electrum in the chat said the same thing you did. You didn't even play the CLV to draw a card first. I love the like BM we have on Talishar. Like things that I know you guys would never do to people in real life. I mean, I guess technically it is just the most correct play in case Zach doesn't die. But
listen, it depends on who you are. Some people I will look you dead in your face and play that CLV on the third burn up and shock. I'll let you take the second one, and then like when you die, after the game is over, I will play the CLV burn up shock, draw a card, and keep playing my turn out.
Oh, it's a buddy. That's when we have to do it. I mean, that's fair. Doing it against Zach in testing games is probably the time to like BM for the memes. You're probably right. The Azalea Armory deck armor? I mean, yeah, it blocked, but like only one piece of it was even going to be used though, right? Like it was fine. I don't know, man. Like I feel like the arm piece for the Azalea deck was actually pretty good, but like everything else, like it blocked, but it was like, I don't know, like maybe some like Zach could probably correct me here if I'm out of place because Zach plays Azalea and I don't, but like the rest of the armor seemed fine.
Yeah, it's just not doing what Azalea wants to do. I mean, there is the aim counter Azalea, but like you don't really want to be doing that. It's not the most powerful Azalea you can play, so there's not a reason playing that at the moment.
We're just gonna block and draw a card here, and we're just gonna try to go ham next turn. Being able to use balance so early is insane. Trade in that sword for a Kodachi. Hey, what's up, Dylan? How are you, buddy? I was actually looking over cards that like do well into Count Your Blessings, and like decks that are on that list, in my opinion, are currently Ira. Like she seems like she actually has some like cards that have like legit counterplay into what Count Your Blessings is trying to do. I don't know. That could just be the nonsense talking in my brain, but it really felt that way when I was looking at a lot of the cards. I may or may not have a video coming out tomorrow that is me talking about things that can help you and to count your blessings, because I really don't think it's going to be on the BNR on Monday, and I think we're going to need answers. And so my video tomorrow is talking about cards that I think are good answers, and one of them is super spicy. I had to dig into the tank to even find this card, and when I did, I had to find ways that I think it works in the metagame. Yeah, if you build it for it, I think Ira has a real chance if you build it for it. Depends on the one in Columbus. Store moves our armory time to accommodate the Super Armory. Well, Brad, if you can make it to the Super Armory, brother, I'd love to see you. And we can hang out on Friday night. I'm staying with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. I'm actually super excited to stay with them. They're really cool. So I wasn't like super close with them when Carly and I started dating, but I've gotten to know them a lot more over the course of mine and Carly's relationship and through like holidays and stuff like that. And like they're actually just really big nerds like I am. So like it's actually like we have a lot of fun when we all get together and hang out. We all like play board games and have a good time. It's awesome. I don't think it will either, although I wish it was. I mean, so I wish it was getting banned, but not because I think it's oppressive, because of what the card does to the game. How the game has to be shaped to play around Count Your Blessings, I think is unfun. Like I will say this. I thought that ice was healthier for... Wow, what a hand. What a hand.
Yeah, I was kind of asked, but I was trying to think of a way I could use it, and I just don't really think I can use everything I need to.
I mean, like, your best play is probably to, like... If you take one there, you keep the Arctic and then play it, I guess. But then, even then, if I draw blue, like...
Well, like, let's say I take the one, you have a CLV, then you draw 2 cards, and then I'm down like 15 points, and I give you 3 frostbites, you have a blue, and just continue to run me over.
So I think that if your Codex or one of your Ice Quakes is a 3-block, that probably is the play, is to keep the Arctic there. But because you drew like the most like Ranger hand in the world, it's abysmal. You just can't do anything with it. And that sucks. I think we're just supposed to go all in on snaps here this turn, to be honest. Like, the shields are down and we know it. Just put a playset of Gravekeeping. Even KO could use it. That is actually one of the cards in my video, to be honest. The 9 Somersault deck felt good in the Count Your Blessings. Just coming back to the game, used to play Bravo and Prism. Wondering if I should try out the Count Your Blessings Bravo deck, but I've heard... I mean, don't get me wrong, Dale. Like, it is definitely not something that, like, I think as a whole is good for the game. But I think Kel McCreath went undefeated in Swiss playing Count Your Blessings Bravo, is what I was told. I don't know how true that is. I don't know Kel personally, but that is what I was told. And, I mean, if that's the case, like, bro, like, one, Kel McCreath is, like, the best Bravo player of all time. Like... I don't know how anybody argues that point. But, I mean, past that, like, it is possible that playing Count Your Blessings Bravo could be a good thing to get back into, right? I do think it goes against exactly what James White said in the last article about not wanting games to go to deck out. Like, if they stay in that frame of mind, it goes against that. Yeah, no, I agree, Dylan. I'm curious to see how they tackle the problem. Honestly, there's probably something in the next set that gives us more hate into it than we currently have. Because there's currently only like a handful of cards that really have any like good counterplay or hate into Count Your Blessings. So I mean, like, there's a lot. It's a lot there to like try and figure out. This is an interesting hand. I would love to be able to lead on the Ball Lightning, but I think we're gonna have to pitch it this turn, which is incredibly weird because you want to be playing Ball Lightning at all times. So we drew the Lightning card, which means, yeah, we're just supposed to pitch this and come in. So that's 2, hopefully 4, and then 4 and 1 Arcane, Arsenal, another good power card here, and just try to set up for a really good turn next turn. It is worth noting that I think, like, if I had like my log up on the other side, I would have a note right here that said Zach having 4 2-blocks won me this game. Because this hand does not function very well, if at all, if Zach is able to keep the Arctic Incarceration and get us with it this turn. We're actually in an incredibly bad spot this turn because we only drew 1 yellow and no blues. So the Arctic Incarceration actually would have like only allowed us to throw like 7 at Zach this turn and then not have an arsenal, and not play the CLV this turn. So it's like 1 arrow literally wins him the wins him the game. Might be a stretch, but it dang sure puts him in a good spot. And that's like one of my big takeaways. I think that although the record is currently 5-1 against Lexi, I think we've had some very good things go our way. And the one game that things did not go our way, we played a close one, but we lost what I would say pretty handily. Dude, if he would have won draft, it would have been so cool to see like an undefeated Bravo in top 8. Saying I should be at the Super Armory one way or another. Just not sure if I'll have a normal armory immediately before. Okay, I got you. I got you, Brad. I'm following. Dude, Talisman of Cremation is actually in my video tomorrow. Dude, y'all are like picking apart all the things I'm like trying to put together with some spice over here. If y'all could just not do that, that'd be great. Oh man. All right, so our turn is like meh next turn, but seems okay. I think we're gonna block 7 here. I really don't want to give this back. If he does have the rainy boy, then we're one sad boy, but that's okay. I think we're supposed to block 7 and just try to play through this here. Ooh, Invert Existence is really good. I do like that card. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that Talisman has a really good spot in Zen to try and counter CYB stuff. Just want to play Guardian before Jarl drops. I mean, Jarl's going to be really cool, dude. Like, I'm very excited for Jarl. And when we get more cards spoiled for the Jarl deck, we will be grinding Jarl on stream quite a bit. I'm hoping it comes after Columbus, but it's hard to say. It'll probably happen while I'm at Columbus, to be honest, is probably what's going to happen. We're going to play both sides of the Burn Up and Shock because it gives us the ability to force Zach early on into giving us CLV, or trying to block out our turn here. Which, to be fair, with 2 cards seems pretty doable, actually, but also be insanely good turn if Zach had Tunic counter up right here. Cremation paired with BIOS update and Dio. Ooh, because it's technically an item, right? That is super spicy, to be honest, man. That is super spicy, dude. That really has my attention, Trent. Although it's a generic item, right? So like playing it feels really bad. We're going to activate Grasp and throw the Flittering Charge here because it forces Zach to make another decision between giving us equipment or not this turn if he wants to stop everything. So we're just kind of forcing Zach to... We're asking Zach a bunch of questions and forcing him to answer them here. Does it count as playing? No, it doesn't. I don't think it plays it. I think we just put it into play, right? I think we're just putting it into play is the problem with that. Yes, Kano can use it. There's actually quite a few heroes that get value out of Talisman of Cremation. Okay, so Zach having a 2-block there, 2 blocks. This has been the game of 2 blocks for Zach.
Hey, that's what you ask for when you bring in the ice cards, though.
I mean, that's true. Like, the ice cards are there or they're not most of the time. So I'm missing a couple foils for Jarl, but I should have everything by the 20th or so. Hype train, dude, that's exciting. Let's go, man. That's really exciting. Yeah, but yeah, the video tomorrow's got some like cool tech cards that like I did not really in full totality understood that existed before today. This feels bad to block, but this probably just gets eaten by Tunic if I had to guess. And then this is still only 1 arcane from the Arc Lightning. It doesn't hurt Zach until it actually hits him. And that's like the real value of that. We're going to activate Grasp and force Zach into the arcane question one more time here. Him pitching a yellow probably means good things for us. So he has to pitch a yellow for the Starfall, or I'm sorry, for the Rune Chant if he wants to stop this. And then it's 2 Go Again and 1 Arcane on the back end. And then we get him with the Rabble right here.
I was hoping for the blue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. That was like, again, like those 2 blocks, man. The double Icequake, the Codex, and the Arctic Turn won me that game, I think.
And there's a chance that you just don't bring in the ice for this. You just kind of race it with on-hit effects.
I think Battering Bolt is probably your best on-hit effect that punishes me.
Yeah, maybe don't bring in Winter's Bites and the buff. That's the 1 cost.
Icequake?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it feels like so maybe you're just supposed to bring in Icequakes.
It's very true.
Maybe you're not supposed to bring in the yellow Winter's Bites. I don't know.
It just
it's
seems so good because it's gonna get. I don't know. Like I mean, they're all just gonna get a card out of your hand. You just don't have that many yellows or blues, so you're just gonna discard to it, I guess.
You're right. I don't. It's like I don't know. Like, I guess it. If you see them early, you get the value, right? But I guess one of the things that I worry about with that many ice cards is that you are running into a lot of 2 blocks.
I think the hope is that I see him and I can Arsenal 1 every time. That way I can flip and you're getting a Frostbite every turn. But it just
and
seems
you're
like
taking a card from my hand.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get into that loop of the game where you're taking cards from my hand and you're giving me Frostbites, you're going to win that game every time, I think. Yeah. I just think it's getting to that point, and do you let me have also 3 games in a row right there? I played CLV on turn 0. It was just as good as it gets going first for me. So,
well, it's good playing. We'll have to play some more this week.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna need a lot more practice for Columbus. So, anytime you want some games, just let me know.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks for playing.
You too. See you, man.
See you, buddy. All right. Well, we played some games with Zach, and we got some good testing in. The games have felt pretty good tonight so far. We're going to keep on rolling. We are going to keep on rolling. Oh, that's going to be the link to the last game. I got to copy the old Lightning McQueen deck list here. We're going to keep on rolling, except we're going to be playing Talishar the rest of the night. So if anybody wants to play, if you guys are hanging out in chat and you want to play some Living Legend, join the game. Let's play some. I'm definitely down to test whatever you guys want to do. I have played 1 game against Oldham. I have played 1 game against Oldham, and I did win. But it was also when I was running the Flicker Wisp combo. I think we go second in the Viscerai. But yeah, I was running Flicker Wisp and I was able to win. But now I'm on the 1 of Sting of Sorcery, and I'm on the 2 Poison the Wills because everybody's playing the because everyone is playing the Count Your Blessing stuff, I imagine. All right. In this matchup, we bring in the 1 Warmonger's Diplomacies and the 2 Vaporize and Shock here. Vaporize and Shock is actually insane in this matchup, and we get a ton of value. And we're looking to play all of our blocking equipment plus Greaves for AB1, plus it also blocks. So we're just going to try and get as much value as we can. Yo, Sutcliffe Suede Hides. This gives an attack action go again? Yeah, I've seen this before. I've played against this. Oh, they're on Nebula Blade. This is a spicy. I literally have everything Draconic and Warrior. Dude, that's awesome, Zero. That's super exciting, man. If I has really good access to Talisman, could make him a good counter with Hunted support. Ooh, it actually really could. Yo, pause. Did my mans just play 2 copies of Count Your Blessings? Okay, well, we did not bring in Poison the Wells in this matchup. I'll tell you all that right now. Okay. Well, we do not have the combo in, so it is going to be all about pressuring them and putting them on the back foot as fast as humanly possible. Man. All right, here we go. We're screwed. I think we can do this, Trent. I think we can do this. Honestly, I think we can do this. We're going to have to play carefully. We're going to have to like really make sure that we're getting every piece of value we can out of every card. But I genuinely believe that we can do this. It's just going to take some patience and good play. Some patience and good play, and I think we can get over the finish line here. All right. So they block the arcane damage. We're going to activate Grasp because we need every single point we can get out of all of our cards here. We're going to come in for 2 and 1 Rune Chant. Man. This is about to be a good challenge right here. This is about to be a very, very good challenge. Honestly, the fact that they're forced to make that weird play lines up so well for us because it means that we're able to put them to 40 off of the arcane damage, and then the Static Shock is going to put them all the way down to 35. It's also interesting to me that they're playing Sutcliffe's... What? How do you... Sutcliffe's Suede Hides. Like, I don't understand why you would play that and Goliath Gauntlet inside of a Count Your Blessings deck. I guess their idea behind Count Your Blessings is literally just to keep them alive as long as possible and then try to kill me. So, I don't know. Romping Club, why did you ask about testing in the Oldham? Like, just curious, like, were you just, like, asking out of curiosity, or, like, do you have thoughts about the Oldham matchup? Because, guys, I mean, look, I am testing for an event in which there's not a lot of data around, and testing has been, like, a very internal team thing so far, and I really just need... like any ideas or thoughts you guys have about like the format, the decks, anything. I'm open to any and all suggestions here. All right. So we got every point of value we could out of the Arc Lightning that turn, and we put our opponent down to 35. And this is after they played 2 copies of Count Your Blessings. So I don't know how well our opponent is going to do with Count Your Blessings when they're not playing a like dedicated Count Your Blessings deck. One of the key parts to this game is going to be activating Starfall every turn. And I know that I sound just like Brian Gottlieb and like Ponkage or whoever he was with, or maybe it was Sam who kept saying that during the game with Rob Catton and Gregor Skowalski on camera, but that's going to be one of the keys to us winning here. Big time. Big time. I love that sound of the cards flicking. That is like a sound that I thoroughly enjoy. Also, why are my headphones not like staying in my ear very well? I don't know. We'll see if that's any better. My opponent says no blocks. I think I'm just going to go ahead and give them the CLV and see if they have a defense reaction. The fact that they thought about it makes me think that they don't, and we were correct. Honestly, I'm going to pitch this, and we're going to set up for next turn. So this is going to be Starfall for 2 go again. TCG ASMR. I mean, yeah, with the flicking of the cards, to be honest, like, yeah, kind of, actually. Kind of, yeah. All right, so we're trying to pressure our opponent here, put them on the back foot, and then we're also trying to set up as powerful turns as we can. So having our Ravenous Rabble in Arsenal is a very good place to be. I am going to pay 1 because we had 1 floating. Like, that's perfectly fine with me. Sigil of Suffering is interesting. Seems like my opponent might be on some sauce here. Brad, what do you mean you can't do the card flick thing? I've never heard somebody say they can't do it, so I'm not exactly sure I understand what you mean. 3, 2, 1, go. Nah, 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 nah. All right. Rabble for 7 with a Lightning Surge on top. Going to be block Arc Knight Ascendancy and then a defense reaction. I'm not going to play the Lightning Press. I'm going to pitch it. I actually think I'm just going to pay. Like, if they want to play another defense reaction, I'm actually just perfectly okay with that. And then this actually gives me the ability to keep this around. So I'm going to pitch the ball Lightning and come in for 2 go again. So now our pitch stack so far is consistent of Snatch, Channel Lightning Valley, Lightning Press, and Ball Lightning. I'm going to throw one of the 0-for-4s and then Arsenal one of them. And we're going to go into next turn with another Channel Lightning, with the Channel Lightning Valley. Maybe Brad can't bring himself to do it. I try and just drop the cards all over the table. I genuinely can't figure out how to do it. I'll tell you what, Brad. That's going to be goal numero uno for us when I come to Columbus. We're gonna teach you how to do the card flicking thing, because when I learned to play Magic, this is super lame, like, just in all honesty, but I loved watching people do the card flicking thing because I thought it was really cool. And so, like, the idea of doing it was always, like, super fun to me. And so, like, that's why I do it, because I always thought it was fun. So we're going to activate Grasp. We're actually just going to play the Ball Lightning. Like, we're actually just going to play the Ball Lightning here, because it's technically 4 in 1 rune chant. Hey, Josh, what's up, dude? My first thought is that most Oldhams are probably on Count Your Blessing, and he's most likely the best Count Your Blessing possible, best Count Your Blessing deck. And that Aurora struggles into him since she has a hard time into Count Your Blessings in CC. That is probably true in a lot of ways. Like, honestly, that is probably a very accurate statement. I would really like to have seen the top 8 bracket from the Battle Harden in Osaka. I would have really liked to have seen the top 8 bracket and, like, know who played who and what was on, like, who was on each hero and so on and so on. I would have really liked to have seen all of that, personally. And yeah, like, it would have been cool to see, because I honestly think that the Aurora lost in top 8 to the, probably lost to the Oldham. To be fair, I'm lame, so this isn't surprising. Thanks, Josh. Always seeming like we're Brian Kibler with our card flicking. It's fun. I mean, listen, I actually really like Brian Kibler. Brian Kibler's cool. Also, like, an OG of the game as well. We have not seen a Gone in a Flash yet, or pitched one, so I think we're better off to Arsenal the Blink and set up for next turn. We could throw the current funnel. Would be 4 no blocks in a row in pitch stack. I think it's fine, to be honest. We're just like, if this hits, I was like, this is more points. And I think I'm okay with this. Arsenaling the Blink would have been really good. Would have paired up very well with the Gone in a Flash. Man, I even, like, said that out loud too. Sometimes, man, sometimes you just gotta listen to yourself, honestly. Wish I would have listened to my brain right there. It would have been a better play. Yeah, I really like Brian Kibler. I think a lot of people who, like, come from, like, OG Magic do, to be honest. And when I say OG Magic, I'm not talking, like, the early 90s. I'm talking, like, 2015 OG Magic. Lol. Yeah, he's very good at Magic. You know what doesn't care about Count Your Blessings? Oldham? Prism. That's the truth. I try to figure out how Brody does it with the spread, with the speed of light without breaking the laws of physics. I mean, dude, he is breaking the laws of physics. Make no mistake. He is breaking every law of physics wholeheartedly. We're just supposed to lead on the Snatch here because we have the embodiment. They probably have a defense reaction, but we're still just supposed to lead on it. Okay, so our opponent obviously wants to block here. They made a different decision there, which is fine. I think they've learned at this point that every time they play a Sigil of Suffering against us, I'm just going to pay for it. They have a yellow reduced to Rune Chant, so they're on a lot of defense reactions here. Ball Lightning. We just pitched 2 blinks, so we're going to pitch the Gone in a Flash here. They just take 4. I don't really understand my opponent's thought process here, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know what they're, like, when they're blocking and why. I kind of want to throw the Flittering Charge to get value out of the Ball Lightning, but a 5-card hand is really good. And we need to be setting up more and more 5-card hands over the course of the game here. Eat 17 ham sandwiches and you can flick at that speed. Oh, that's amazing. Chat's undefeated, bro. Undefeated. I don't think Oldhim is the best spot because of Prism. Yeah, no, I mean, Prism's insane in the metagame. And, like, in my opinion, playing Oldhim is just a mistake right now. I don't think playing Count Your Blessings Oldhim is a good pick for Columbus, if I'm being honest. But, oh, are we doing the, like, dominate stuff from hand here? 5, 8, 11, 13. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. So, I mean, we can block quite a bit of it, but... And they get to make Rune Chants where X is the number that hit, right? Is what they're doing. So I think we're definitely just going to give up everything here. And then we can bottom the Ball Lightning. And we can... block with the Shockwave. And then we're going to bottom the blue Ball Lightning from our hand. Wow, that's an incredibly weird hand to draw. I gotta think about this for a second. So it's Flittering Charge, or I'm sorry, it's Starfall. Okay, I think I see the best line here to play. So we're gonna go Flittering Charge. We're just gonna lead on the Flittering Charge and then flash in the CLV if we need to. And when I say if we need to, I mean that's more than likely just gonna be our play this time. I can't go undefeated. Can't win if you can't hand flick. I mean, listen, maybe that's what's holding you back, man. Maybe there needs to be more hand flicking available to you when it comes to playing cards. You need to be doing this more often at tournaments. But yeah, when I started playing Magic, I thought that the card shuffling, like the quick flicking of your cards back and forth was one of the coolest things in the world, which I know is like super lame. But I thought that was really cool when I first started playing. And so I was always very like, oh, I want to do this. Like, I want to be doing this. Like, and that was always my, like, rationale behind it, is that I thought it was cool and I wanted to be able to do it. That is incorrect. I apologize, opponent. You hadn't done anything, so I think it's fine here. We're going to activate Grasp. No, I'm sorry. That's also incorrect. I'm having a stroke because I need to activate Aurora here. Just ignore me, opponent. Anyway. I'm still trying to wrap my head around Starvo having 2 blocks in the deck. I mean, so Holden was actually talking to me earlier about this, Josh. I don't think you were here earlier, but he was talking about how, like, it's more of, like, Lucas's version is, like, not looking to block a lot, and it's more like, you know, the casino high rolly kind of thing, which maybe that's just where it needs to be now, right? Like, maybe that's just the version of Starvo that it's going to be all over LL. Oh, man. You have no idea how excited I am to get a Rune Chant with this card. Or possibly 2, to be honest. So it's E-Strike draw card first, right? Like, we're just going to put the... Flittering Charge. Nah, yes. And it's going to be draw card here. Yeah, this hand's really good. Vaporizing Shock is very good into normal Viserai. Probably not as good into this Viserai, but I do think we're still going to get some value here off of what we're trying to do this turn. It's a skill issue for sure. I would play full Castino Starvo. I mean, it's probably just the best play, right? Like, it's probably just the best thing we can be doing. Is there any chance I'm just supposed to pitch one of these cards to, like, get the value we want? I think we're just supposed to pitch the Vaporize and Shock, to be honest. And if they want to give up 3 cards to stop my draw off this is fine with me. Really don't know why you're playing Count Your Blessings right there. Doesn't really accomplish that much for you. Okay, so this is absurd. So we get to go Burn Up and Shock, play both sides of this. They get to block the 1 Arcane because of that, but the shields are down, so we know we get to push all the damage we want to here. And then this comes across for 3 because of Ball Lightning. Or I'm sorry, because like we're just coming in for 3 go again here. And then this is reduced to Rune Chant. We don't need anything else to block this, so we're just going to go ahead and play this now because we get the value we want. So this deals 3. The Burn Up and Shock deals 5 because of Ball Lightning. Burn Up and Shock and Ball Lightning is like a combo. This is going to be for 2, and then the Static Shock is going to hit for 5, and then it's going to hit for 2 Arcane. So we're actually getting a lot of value out of this deck's ability to not block very efficiently. Considering they're playing Count Your Blessings, I'm a little surprised, but Somersault's really good in the deck. Are you talking about Starvo, Holden? Because, I mean, I believe that. Like, Blue Somersault seems insane. That's right. Balls Lightning. I keep laughing about that. I keep randomly seeing that in the Discord and just kind of, like, laughing about that, Trent. Like, honestly, whenever I need a good laugh throughout the day, I just go into the Discord and I just look at all the memes you guys have sent about the different streams and the different things that happen. And, like, dude, like, you guys never disappoint when it comes to memes, bro. Back in my day, Starvo ran 3 Crippling Crush and Oakenold. I mean, and if they could, they would, Josh. And if they could, they would. To be honest, the deck's actually just not bad with the way it's set up now, though. Like, even with the ability it has now, like, it's still insane. And we have our opponent down to 7 pretty quickly here. I hate to really not get the value off of Burn Up and Shock that we want, but I think it's okay. Really? You pitch the Sigil of Deadwood. I'm going to pitch the Snatch here. We do not have an embodiment or a way to easily make one. So I'm just going to give up the Snatch, and then it's going to be Shockwave fused with the Lightning Surge. And we're going to try and take every card out of their hand this turn. 9 Somersault Aurora or Bust. Oh, man, I didn't think about that. With Somersault, you can actually block with 2 cards and then still get to reveal. That's actually crazy good. Yeah, this is going to hit. We don't care about stopping this. Like, I literally don't care at all about stopping this. This is fine. And then it's going to be Shockwave fused. So they're going to pay for the 1 Arcane, which is fine. Maybe because they have the 2 floating, we're not supposed to reveal the Lightning Surge. But this is going to require a defense reaction. Yeah, I was like, or both cards here. So Arsenal the Lightning Surge and try to set up for next turn. Okay, we're about to go ham. We're about to go hamsies. Hamsies. Back in my day, Blue Autumn's Touch was busted. You guys remember when Autumn's Touch was banned? Like, it was so good. The Earth Block 3 got banned. What a time to be alive, dude. Like, what a time to be alive, honestly. Just, like, that was, like, such a crazy time in the game. So it's 2 go again. We're going to throw the Rabble here. And then if it looks like they'll die to the E-Strike, we will throw the E-Strike. We know it's a Somersault, so like we just want to come in for 7, I think. And they might just be dead here. Yeah, so we were just able to get them. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. Like, they were clearly trying to play the OTK Viserai with Arknight Ascendancy, but they weren't playing Skeleta. I don't know. It just seemed like a worse version of... I think we want to go second against Starvo, right? I don't know. I really don't know if we want to go first or second against Starvo. But yeah, like they just seemed like they were playing a worse version of like Skeleton Viserai. But I tip my hat to my opponent for like trying to innovate the format. Gordon Hamsies, bro, what? Yeah, it was banned, wasn't it? Or no, it was suspended. All right, so we want to go first. So I've already made mistake number 1 here. Oh yeah, we're on Tunic. I do run Sync Belows in this matchup, and then we are on the 1 of Sting of Sorcery to try and help us get that extra value here. And we're just going to try and put a lot of pressure on them. I have not played this matchup yet, so I really am curious to see how this goes. Like, I actually really want to know what this looks like. Lightning Greaves. Yeah, everybody's going to be on... I mean, I'm going to play this. Yeah, for sure. We're going to play this. Everybody's going to be on the Lightning Greaves tech now that Lucas Oswald has made it abundantly clear. I hate to give up this much value this early, but honestly, like, I think we have to. Was a lot of good 0 for 4s in that hand. Yeah. I mean, we're just going to use a Lightning Press to, like, draw a card and give this go again. I still have my Starvo playmat. I did not have a Starvo playmat back in the day. Which I kind of wish I had one because it's cool, right? But I don't have one, unfortunately. Also, guys, by the way, you're hanging out here for the first time, new to the channel. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, whatever you got in front of you. It means a lot, goes a long way. Really helps me out. Let's refresh, make sure I didn't click through it. Okay, didn't have to. So we throw Lightning Press to make this 7. Rebound Carapace is just a 0 for 3. And we immediately get rewarded for our decision. We no longer have to pitch the Lightning Surge, which is insane. You actually love to see it. So we get to push 2 more points of damage here. And then we're going to get to throw the Lightning Surge. And then we're going to activate Aurora and Arsenal to Sink Below. Oh, you sold your Starvo playmat? Why'd you sell it? Just for value? Brad, like was there a reason? Or was it just like, nah, I'll sell it? Because, I mean, I get it. There's a couple of things I've sold over the course of the game that I wish I could have back. I actually sold Grasp of the Arknight right before it went up. If you ever talk to Zach, he'll tell you that story because it was one of those, like, hilariously bad stories for me.
Let's go.
Yo, let's go. Dale, thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Guys, if you're here for the first time or you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? It's kind of like our personality question that we ask everybody. So love to get to know more about you guys. I think we're just going to play the Sink Below here from Arsenal. And then we're going to sink the sink that's up here, trying to set up a more aggressive hand. I think we want to be taking advantage of a more offensive style hand if we can. And then we're going to play both sides of Burn Up and Shock. Although it's possible we're just supposed to Arsenal it, to be honest. So they pitch a card. Is there any world? So we have a couple of options. We can go Ball Lightning into 7, which more than likely gets us there, right? No, probably not, because they get to keep 1 card. Or I have the option of pitching this to Starfall, activating Aurora, and then arsenaling this, which I really don't think is the correct play. So I think we're just supposed to... No, we're supposed to draw a card, right? Like, we're just supposed to draw a card here. Since we have the embodiment, it's just the most powerful thing we can do with this. And now they get to decide how they want to play around this. And drawing the yellow Ball Lightning sets us up moderately well. This takes a card. mean, they have one prevention floating, so they could give us the Lightning Greaves here, but I really don't think that's correct. Also, it feels like a sham to not push as much damage as we can this turn. Ooh, interesting. Does give me the Greaves here. If you get a That All You Got playmat, I'll happily trade a Starvo playmat. It's a good thing to keep in mind. I don't think I've ever actually even seen a That All You Got playmat, to be honest. In person. Hoping for some absolute spice in the Origins Armory deck, given that it might also bolster LL Guardians. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping for some cool stuff in the new Jarl deck. I think the Jarl deck's going to be cool. Yep, this is fine. Like, we take the Frostbite. We've already gotten one Stalagmite counter out of the way here, and that's exactly what we want to be doing with this. We're going to pitch to come in for 1 here. Tunic Crown just makes sense. We're pretty much saving Grasp and Crown for when we need to be doing something crazy, like when we need to have the value, right?
You love to see it.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Coeli on Kick. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Sometimes I go by Adams on the internets. Oh, nice. So you're hanging out on Twitch too. I first found Flesh and Blood through Team Covenant and then fell in love with the game. I like ketchup and mayo on my hot dog. Hey, basic toppings. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. I'm here for some basic hot dog toppings. You can ask anybody. But dude, yeah, I mean, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us tonight and being part of the channel, man. It means a lot. Yeah, I mean, let's just come in for 7 physical and 1 arcane. Like, and if they have a high rolling hand, then they'll probably like hit us with a lot of the value. Yeah, they've already like thrown some good stuff at us here. I think I'm going to use Tunic to activate Aurora, and I'm going to Arsenal this. Although technically this could be some Decompose nonsense. I should have waited. In like an IRL event, I would have waited. Oh, they fall down to 26? Interesting. Okay, I mean, this hand's pretty solid. Kickbot incoming? Yeah, for sure, Trent, for sure. So they did Starvo this. So we get to block 4, crown away our arsenal, and they pitched a Heaven's Claws and a Blink, which means they have a Carapace and a Winter's Bite, so it's gonna be the hammer after this. We're gonna tuck this away, and then it's going to be Sink Below. I don't think we're gonna sink anything. I am kind of interested in putting one of the CLVs on the bottom here. Or no, we already put one on the bottom, I think. We pitched one early, if I remember correctly. Or maybe that was last game. I'm gonna be honest, all the games kind of run together after a while when we're playing on Talishar. We're just gonna go to 27 here. Yeah, the old kick spam bots happen quite a bit. It happens quite a bit by viewers and this and that. Like, happens all the time, unfortunately. Are we better off to Arsenal the CLV or the Arc Lightning is the question. We have not played an Arc Lightning yet, and we probably want to save this. I wonder if there's a world where I'm supposed to... It's probably just supposed to be the Arc Lightning, right? We're just going to make sure that we're pitching to have cards to draw. So it is pitch this for Starfall, and then we can play the Discharge here. We have a restaurant in my city called Dogtown that has like 20 specialty hot dogs, and they're all amazing. Dude, I am I'm very jealous of that, I won't lie. Last spring, I had to sell my collections to buy my house. All my playmats went with it except my Crown of Providence mat. I mean, Brad, that's a good reason, right? Like, what you're telling me, like, that's a very good reason to, you know, not... like, to get rid of stuff, to, like, sell stuff, at, like, giving it up to buy a house is a very, very good reason, man. You know what I mean? Like, I I get it. I understand. Like, thankfully, we were able to buy our house and not have to sell a lot of my collection. But admittedly, there is more stuff now going as we're gonna start like doing stuff to the house and like, you know, trying to change some stuff around. So there's parts of my collection that I'm like posting on Facebook groups and selling and stuff like that. So just trying to move some of it, starting with that gold foil. If I could move that gold foil time skippers, I would. Although admittedly, like, it probably not going to be super popular with lightning greaves available for Starvo. Time skippers only see play in CC now. Really? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're going to Starvo me again. Probably. Pulse of Volthaven and Autumn's Touch. So, this is what? 7 go again? And when I say that we do not care about this, I mean we do not care about this. And this is just 4, right? Like, this is just 4. What was the other card? They have a 0 for 4 in their hand? So, like, this does not bother us at all, right? Like, this is fine. This is actually just perfectly okay with, like, what we're trying to accomplish here. I don't know. Like, this feels okay taking 4. Yo, let's go. Hungry Dude, 1, 2, 3. Thank you for that Prime sub on Twitch, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. A lot of great creators you could share that with every month, so I appreciate you throwing that to me, man. Means a lot. I really appreciate that, brother. Means a whole bunch. It does, it does, it does. It is amazing, like the Prime sub thing, like how much that has like helped a lot of streamers and like turned on a lot of value for a lot of like people in the community. And honestly, like, you just, you know, you not to quote me too often here, but you'll love to see it, as they say. So, dude, thank you, Hungry Dude. I appreciate it, brother. That name sounds super familiar, and I cannot remember where from to save my life. Like, I feel like you hang out in the chat quite a bit, or maybe you don't, and I'm like having a stroke. Because, you know, I say I'm having a stroke about 500 times a stream. It's like my catchphrase. And as chat's been nice enough to point out, if I do ever actually have a stroke, no one will ever notice. No one will notice. Playing Gone in a Flash for just 4 value seems like kind of a waste, to be honest. And I kind of hate it to see it already gone. But there's more in the deck. So we'll see. We'll see. So they do just take the value there, and then the Arc Lightning is going to get blocked by the one they have floating. And then it's going to be Ball Lightning. Okay. They're looking to Starvo this turn if they can, I'm pretty sure. And then it's going to be Target Bravo. This deals 2 to them. Now, man, it's weird. So I think we're supposed to throw the Starfall here. And then this is going to be 2 go again. And then it's going to be 2 Arcane from the Ball Lightning if they keep their hand to like try and high roll us. I assume that they're trying to like fuse into like an Oakenold or a Spinal Crush or something very powerful here. And then I think we're going to activate Grasp because we get 1 more point of Arcane out of this and put them down to 10. And we can Arsenal the Arc Lightning here and just try to like really set up. The boy who cried stroke. Bro, I love that. Dude, like, Brad's never said it in those exact words, but Brad has said multiple times that if I ever am actually having a stroke, nobody will care or notice because I'm always talking about having a stroke. That Channel Lake, Somersault, and one of the other 2 ice cards, or earth cards, I mean. So, yeah, again, this does not matter. This is great. So we're going to take 7, and then we're going to take 1 down to 5, and they're going to Arsenal the Electrostatic Somersault. We're going to go to 5 and take a Frostbite here, but we have a very good turn lined up. Okay, so we're going to lead on Arc Lightning, and we're going to pitch the Ball Lightning here. So it's going to be 1 Arcane. I think I'm going to put the Static Shock on the bottom is what we're going to do here. God, Crown of Seas is so good. We need to apply a lot of pressure this turn. So I'm going to be honest, I will get very aggressive this turn if it means taking a lot of cards out of their hand. We're going to put the Ball Lightning on the bottom and choose draw card. So it's going to be 1 Rune Chant, 1 Arcane from the Arc Lightning on the back end, and then 5 physical. I beat you on Talishar how many times now, and you still don't recognize my screen name? Dude, so that's where I knew that name from. That is where I knew that name from, and I could not figure that out. And beat me so many times on Talishar? I think you're misremembering the scenario here, brother. I think you're misremembering the scenario here, fam. I don't know about all this beating me nonsense. Let's easy there, Brad. Maybe you have been, and I just don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and use Tunic now because I was gonna throw the Starfall with it, but I don't think we need it. Our opponent takes 1, and then there's 1 Arcane on the back end. Honestly, I think the last time Brad and I played, he actually like destroyed me. Actually, if I remember correctly. I think he like actually just like rolled me on camera, which was funny. With Ball Lightning and Gauntlet Flash in the same format, is Flash Freeze worth considering in Aurora? Somebody asked me that the other day, and honestly, dude, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I wish I did, but I do not have an answer to that. You are forced to give me 1 more card here. And so now it's going to be Hammer and Arsenal, and now they're out of equipment. And we can save our snaps for next turn. Because like we could technically deal 1 more point of damage here, but it's not worth it. Ooh. It's actually insane stonks right there. Insane stonks. And that gets them to the other Earth cards they need to make this 8. So we put Blink on the bottom of the deck. We block 5, take 3, go to 2, and then somersault our cards back to our hand. It's the only way to make this work. And then we can go Rabble for 4 into Gone in a Flash for 4. Maybe I'm supposed to... No, I can't. I can never just throw one of my attacks here. Because if I do... God, we have hit so many non-red cards off Rabble this game. We've hit a blue. We've played 2 Rabbles now, right? This is the second Rabble we played. And we've hit a blue and a yellow, which is so unfortunate because it means they can go to 1 here. And then they can give me a card in Tunic. And then they can actually... no, actually, they can just... Okay. Never mind. I miss doing the math. Yeah, no, if they went to 1, they would have had to right there. I assume this is a Rootbound Carapace. Yeah. All right. It's not looking good, boys. I'm literally 4-1 into you in Talishar games. So when we inevitably get paired IRL, I'm going to get smoked. Are you really 4-1 into me in Talishar? I mean, I believe you. I just don't remember that. Conveniently. All right. Hammer for 4 is actually kind of tough for this hand. I mean, yeah, so it's weird because we need Tunic to be up this turn, if I'm being honest. And it's not even like I can give Grasp and Tunic and like play out my hand. I have to block with a card from hand. So I'm kind of forced into blocking like this. And then the worst part is like the Arc Lightning doesn't even really get the value that we want this turn. If I go Discharge into Rabble and then Arsenal the Arc Lightning, is there any world we can get out of this? They Crown of Seeds. They're at 4, have 1 prevention floating. I think we have to try and Arsenal the Rabble. Or I'm sorry, Arsenal the Arc Lightning. And I think we have to hope this is for 7. Because if this is for anything less than 7 and like we're just like probably dead skis. Definitely sporting some negative record. I am definitely not 4-1 into you on Talishar. Oh. All right, so they're going to Pulse here, which is ironic No, this blocks for 7, right? No action cards. So the ironic part is like they actually just add a lightning press here if we have it. They take 1, go to 3, and then we throw Starfall if that's the route we decide to go. It's just not enough, right? They're playing around the lightning press. We can't force a card out of their hand, and we're gonna have to hope they can't Starvo us. That's all we have. Not having a single 3 block here really hurts us because I have to give up Tunic, and that's not where I want to be. Man. Yeah, I think we've lost this game. We needed one more big turn of aggression here, and it just like never lined up. Maybe the play of me putting the CLV on the bottom was incorrect. I don't think I can just sit here and say that indefinitely because we didn't know what was coming off the top, but I don't know. Like it is very possible that it was just like incorrect there. I don't know. Crown of Seas is just like absurd. They're just getting so much value off the Crown of Seeds. We have to come in for 2, go again, and then we can throw the Snatch. Hopefully, they make a bad play where they let the Crown of Seeds defense go, and they're forced to actually give up. They're actually forced to, like, give up multiple cards here. Shit. Oh, that sucks. That hurts. Well, now they can just go to 3. Like, it doesn't matter. They can't die to a lightning press now. I wonder if there's any world where, like, last turn I'm supposed to pitch the channel Lightning Valley and then give up the Sting and keep the lightning press in my hand to try and kill them. I wonder if that's ever a world, if I'm supposed to, like, keep the lightning press last turn and go for the win. With them being at 4, it feels incorrect, but maybe it's, like, the only play I have. Okay, so this is for 8. Because I assume they have... Yeah, they're decomposing. I was like, Talishar won't let them. Which means we are giving up our whole hand here. Unfortunate. Victor was one of Kasai's best matchups back then. I mean, yeah, like, I remember you beating me, like... I remember you playing Kasai into me a lot. Or, like, at least once or twice. And I remember that was tough. That was a tough matchup. They're going to crown here to try and Starvo me on their turn. And, like, honestly, there's just not much we can do at this point. We're going to get fatigued, if nothing else. We've needed them to, like, make a grave mistake and fall down to where, like, we could get them with a burn up and shock or something like that. I mean, if they have a pummel, I'm never playing around it. There's no world I can. But if this is really all they're doing, this feels pretty good for us. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. They had to blink into something else. I was like, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's a really interesting turn, to say the least. To say the least. I could throw Snatch at them. They give 2 cards and throw Hammer. I mean, there's a world I'm just supposed to pass, but I think the problem with that is that I can never... If I'm letting them keep 3 cards, there's just always a chance I get Starvoed and die, right? They give me 2 cards. Yikes. Okay, it doesn't matter. They can't throw the Crippling Crush at me. So they have a Crippling Crush in hand, and we're going to somersault our cards back. Yeah, I was not thinking about that. I should have blocked E-Strike and Snatch. Since the channel was in play. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a horrible mistake. That was just abhorrent. Yeah, that was a bad mistake. Okay, it's a good thing to note. I wasn't playing her on the channel. Dang. Yeah, that was dumb. That was a misplay. It's okay though. It's okay. Really don't want to arsenal this. I mean, maybe there's a hand where we can like try to push damage with it. Maybe arsenaling this is like the only play we have at this point. And we're just dead. Yep. And we're just going to shock them for the memes. It is worth noting that if they had made worse plays, we would have been able to just like get them out of nowhere. But we couldn't, unfortunately. So they fall down to 2. We take 6 and die. Yeah, I would really like, I think, like, it feels like I should have won that game, to be honest, because, I don't know, like, it feels like I made multiple mistakes over the course of that game, and we should have won. I can't help but feel like that was a mistake on my part. Like, well, actually, we should update the record here, because I finished 7-2. But I can't help but feel like that us losing that game was on me, and not like we were just the worst deck, but, like, my play patterns made mistakes along the way. And so I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one to decipher there. Putting the Channel Lightning Valley on the bottom to keep the Arc Lightning, I think was a better play. But it ended up biting us in the butt there because they had because we drew the other Arc Lightning, so it was just a little weird there, but I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know. But either way, I still like Aurora. She still feels pretty good in the meta. I've just got to get some more practice in and just be getting some reps in to see what we can put together and what we can do. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys being here and chilling with me. A lot of things y'all gonna be doing on Tuesday, so appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It means a lot. No stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is mine and Carly's night. I will be back on Thursday. Thursday will probably be viewer voted deck in Discord. Remember, if you are a subscriber on Twitch or you are a member on YouTube, you get to vote in the Discord on what I'm going to play every week. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you check that out. You can find more information below with those buttons. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy, guys.